All right, let's jump right in. We're about to unpack one of the most staggering ideas in all of history. It's this massive, reality-altering transaction that took place completely behind the scenes. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. We're not talking about some big event you'd see on the news. This is a spiritual exchange that changes absolutely everything. And what if it's already a done deal? And I mean the one you don't talk about. You know the one, that thing you carry around, that shame. Just imagine for a second that it was completely lifted off your record, gone. And then, in its place, you get a perfect record, flawless obedience, total holiness. And this isn't something you have to work for. It's a gift that's already been given to you. Look, this isn't some self-help trick. This is what we call the Great Exchange. So how in the world does something like this even work? Let's break down the actual mechanics of it all. See, the key is that this isn't about earning some new status. It's about having that status credited to your account. The wording here is so precise, and it's absolutely crucial. It says, God made him to be sin. Now, that doesn't mean Christ became sinful in his nature, not at all. It means he became the legal substitute, the one who took on the full weight and consequence of our sin, so that we, in turn, could take on his perfect standing before God. And this, right here, lays it out so clearly. It's a two-sided transaction. On one side, he takes everything that stood against you, the guilt, that long record of failures, the spiritual debt you could never, ever repay. And on the other side, you receive everything that was his perfect obedience, his flawless character, his righteousness. It's an absolutely mind-blowing divine trade. This brings us to a really important term, imputed righteousness. The best way to think about it is like a legal or a financial transaction. The word impute just means to credit something to someone's account. So this righteousness, it wasn't yours. You didn't earn it. But God, acting as the judge, legally declares that Christ's perfection is now on your ledger. And this is where it gets really wild, maybe the most upside-down part of this whole thing. Your legal standing before God is settled first. The change in your behavior, the transformation, that comes later. But it doesn't earn you acceptance. It's the other way around. Your acceptance, secured completely by Christ, is what fuels your transformation. You are declared righteous first. So if all that's true, if this exchange is real and our legal status is perfect, then why doesn't life always feel so perfect, right? Well, that leads us right into our next point, and the answer is because your truest identity is currently hidden from view. Wow, I mean, this verse is just so profound. It's telling us that your real life, who you truly are in a spiritual sense, it's not out on display for the world to inspect and judge. No, it's safely tucked away, totally protected, and completely wrapped up with Christ himself.
And this creates a huge contrast, right? From an earthly point of view, you might just see your own weakness. You might feel overlooked, maybe even rejected. But from heaven's perspective, which is the only one that really matters, the books tell a completely different story. They say you're an heir, a future co-ruler with Christ, your royalty.
So why the gap between those two views? Well, it's because right now, your true identity is concealed. The incredible glory that you're destined for, that's been postponed until Christ returns. And the final vindication, where every wrong is made right, that's delayed for now. This feeling of being unseen, it's a temporary state of being.
Which brings us to the future. Because this whole amazing plan was never meant to stay hidden forever. Oh no, there is a grand revealing that is already on the schedule.
Here's kind of the timeline of how it all unfolds. Step 1 was the cross. That's where your justification, your right standing with God, was secured once and for all by what Christ did. Step 2 is where we are right now, this period where our new identity is hidden in him. But step 3 is coming. That's the kingdom, where all of this hidden glory will finally be revealed. And here is the direct link that connects it all. The Great Exchange wasn't just about forgiving your past. It was about qualifying you for the future. That imputed righteousness we talked about, that perfect record from Christ that was credited to your account, that is your legal ticket, your qualification to take part in his future reign. Okay, and it's absolutely vital we don't mix up two different things here. On the one hand, you have justification. That is a totally free gift. It is based 100% on Christ's work, and it secures your position as a child of God. But then you have rewards. Rewards determine your role or your level of responsibility in the kingdom to come, and those are based on your faithful service now.
So, getting into the family is free, but your role in the family business is determined by your faithfulness.
So what do we do with all this? I mean, this isn't just theological trivia for some future date. Understanding this radically changes how we live right now. So what does it actually look like to live as hidden future royalty?
Well, it produces two things that seem like opposites, but they're not. First, it brings this incredible humility because you know, deep down, that you did absolutely nothing to earn your standing with God. There's just no room to boast. But at the same time, it creates this unshakable boldness because your position is secured by Christ's finished work, not by how well you're doing today. You can't lose what he already won for you.
And that brings us to the most practical takeaway of all. You stop living your life for acceptance or for love or for righteousness. Instead, you start living from it. You live from a place of already being completely accepted, totally loved, and declared righteous in Christ. Your actions just become a natural, grateful response to what's already true.
So, when life gets heavy, when you feel totally unseen, when you feel disqualified or like your purpose is just stuck in neutral, what do you hold on to? What's the anchor?
First, remember, you are hidden. Your true self is not defined by what the world sees or doesn't see. Your reality is spiritual long before it's ever visible. Remember, his righteousness was credited to you. Your worth, your qualification, it's not based on your performance today. It was settled by his performance 2,000 years ago, and it was legally transferred to your account. And finally, remember this: glory is scheduled. This hidden phase won't last forever. There is a day already on the calendar for your real identity to be revealed. It's not a hope, it's an appointment.
And that's the ultimate reality that drives everything. The Great Exchange, it wasn't the end of the story. It was just setting the stage for the final act, when all of this hidden royalty is finally revealed, right alongside their king, and the king is coming.